family. Thanks so much for stopping in with us. Today we're going to do us a good pot of sauerkraut. I'm doing the bag sauerkraut. I prefer this over the can. And we're using pigtails. I've tried it with the turkey necks. It really don't put me where I need to be. So we're going to use the pigtails. I got my apple there. I'm going to show you what I'm going to use that for later on. I got my avocado oil, my chicken bouillon, apple cider vinegar, a little garlic powder, salt and pepper. It's going to be real easy ingredients, but it's some major steps that I'm going to show you how I do it. And, we see if you like it. Hold on for a second. I'm going to get my pot together. All right, y'all. So, look, I got my burner up on high. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do me a few tablespoons of oil, avocado oil. It's a couple tablespoons. That's about 2 tablespoons. Actually, let me do 3. Do 3 tablespoons of avocado on the pot. And what I like to do is I like to take the pigtail and I like to kind of, toss it around in the bottom of that pan like I'm, maybe like, kind of like I got some bacon, and kind of render some of that fat off of that pigtail. All right, we going in. Now, just like I say, I just kind of put it in there to kind of, just to get it, release some of that goodness out of it. All right, and to that, what I'm going to do, I got me 2 cups of chicken bouillon. What I mean is I took 1 tablespoon and I thinned it out with some hot water. And then I tasted it and I poured it out to see how much more water to add to thin it out, you know what I'm saying, to give it the flavor that I want, okay? And I got it where I needed to be, and I added 1 teaspoon of garlic to that. And that's what we get ready to go into now. We're going to add that in to this. So that right there, okay? Now I'm going to get me some more water. I'm going to bring this water up till it covers over that meat. Right? You don't want a whole bunch. You just want enough to cover up that meat. Okay? That's all we're looking for. Bring that to a boil. And here's the deal with the pepper and the salt. I'm not going to mess with that until later on, because we just want to salt this as needed. But the black pepper, we're going in with sprinkles. I would even say maybe like for right now, say like a ½ teaspoon right there. Okay. And we're going to bring this to a boil. And I'll show y'all what I'm getting ready to work on next. Hold on for a second. Alright, so look, family, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go in with my sauerkraut, my bags, and I'm going to open them up. And what I like to do is I like to strain my sauerkraut, okay? And get all that bitter, well, not all of it, but the majority of that bitterness and that sourness, I like to try to get that off myself. And then what I do is I will use the apple cider vinegar to put it where I want it to be. You understand? Because if you just work straight out the can, or if you work straight out of the bag, it's going to be too bitter. And I've been to events where, people have used sauerkraut straight out the can. Not unless you put it on a hot dog. But if you're talking about, a good pot of sauerkraut, you got to control that you got to control the sourness, because you don't want it to get up underneath their chin. You know how I get up on it in the back behind your throat, and you got to hurry up and drink something. You don't want that. Okay, all right. So that's what we're going to do here, and we're going to rinse it. We're going to rinse it with cold water, and I'm gonna go until, you know, probably about 3 to 4 washes. You understand? And but I can actually go by the smell of it from when I opened the bag. You can smell the sourness in it, and I actually go by the smell of it. I might even take a little piece and taste it. You see, and just to see if it's where I want it to be, and then I proceed into the pot. So y'all hold on, I'm gonna get this rinsed out, and I'll see you in a bit. Hey family, so look, I decided what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about, and I ain't just talking about rinse. I wash my hands. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like you washing clothes. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, and we squeezing it. You understand? And we pulling it up, and we squeezing. That's all. Okay, and we going in with this, and like I say, this ain't, y'all know this nothing but cabbage, finely chopped cabbage. That's all it is. The main objective, we want that pot, we want that juice in that pot to be right where we want it. So after I get finished straining the sauerkraut, I'm going to taste my juice. I'm gonna take y'all over there and let y'all see what we're looking like. We're gonna taste it, and I'm gonna see what the deal is. Y'all hold on. All right, so we're gonna come over. We're already at a boil now. Okay, we're already at a boil. Now what I want to do, I want to get in here. I want to taste it, see what I'm working with. Already got me a clean spoon. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. That's it tastes southern. I tell you that. It tastes very southern, very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take me with this serving spoon. I'm gonna do one of those right there. Oh yeah, it's got that good essence from the bottom. Yeah, I like that. Apple cider vinegar. And now what I'm gonna do, because like I say, I'm easing up with this vinegar. I'm easing it. You got to take it easy on it, because you don't want to have people choking off your food and coughing and all. All right. I'm gonna let that sit right there. I'm gonna let that sit right there. Okay. I'm gonna let that boil a little bit longer, just to render a little bit more of that flavor from that pigtail before I add my kraut. All right, so family, hold on for a second. I'm gonna show you what's up next. All right, family, look, we finished, rinsing the kraut, but I wanted to show you something. And this is another reason why I go in with my hands to feel around. You see this? These are, pieces, because when they're shredding this cabbage, they're not taking out the root of this, the actual the heart of the cabbage. That real tough piece. They're leaving that in there, so it's grinded up in there, and you got this really, I mean, that looks like a piece of a branch, right? So what I typically do, I like to go in there and take it. Now, listen, you're cooking it long, slow, it's going to tenderize, it's going to get soft and all like that. But me personally, like I say, I like to go in there and feel around, make sure it's nothing extra tough, because, I mean, why do I want to wait for this to, I mean, that's tough as I don't know what. So that's why I say, that's what I do there. So I'm getting ready to come back over to the juice, and we're going to see how we're looking, because we're about ready to go in. All right. Look, I had a little taste of the juice. Sitting pretty decent right now. So I'm going to go ahead and add my kraut now. Add that in. And this is a decent amount of sauerkraut. This is a lot. So when we put the you know, the ingredients in the description, you know, you have to keep in mind, you know, how much you're making and make your adjustments and everything. You know, so, and all we're doing now, we're just trying to incorporate that juice in. It's going to cook down and everything, but what I want to do now is I want to bring this to a boil. And then when I bring it to a boil, I'm gonna cut it down low, and I mean low, 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 low. And I'm gonna put my top on. I'm gonna just let it take its time, and we're gonna come back. And I typically, for this amount, I'm looking at about I'm saying 2 hours, because really I want that pigtail to start falling apart while this kraut is in there. And then we're going to verify the taste and see how much this, that, and the other, what else we need to add, and everything. But y'all hang in there, because I want to show y'all what I'm going to do with that apple. Alright, so look family, we got a little boil around the edge right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add me a little black pepper, just a pinch. And this is where you got to go in and pick and choose what you want to add. Because later on, after we go so far, I may add me, you know, decide I might want to add me another maybe a teaspoon of that chicken bouillon. You understand? To give it a little bit more flavor. Right now, we're sitting pretty decent with the flavor, but like I said, we're just kind of like getting started. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that apple. What I did is I peeled the apple. See, I peeled the apple, right? And I'm going to go in and I thinly sliced it. Okay, I thinly sliced it. And all we're doing is adding this apple. And it does help to cut. This also helps to cut the bitterness because of the sweetness of this apple. Okay, and I'm going to tell you, you say, oh, who wants apples in this? Listen, it's going to disintegrate because I thinly sliced it. You see, I thinly sliced it. And that's another thing, family. Listen, you know somebody, and this is especially to my young people, you know somebody, you love what they make. Oh, I just love their greens, or I just love their chicken, or I just love their cakes, or whatever the case may be. Get with them, sit with them. That's the importance of us getting with family, so we can exchange. You understand? Get those recipes out the head. Ain't nobody out here for no competition. We just out here because we just love the blessing of eating. You know? And look, you can take that and their recipe and take it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? Or leave it the way it is or whatever. But, you know, that's what it's all about. So, we already coming to a boil. I'm going to get ready to put my top on. And I'll see you in a bit. Alright, check this out, family. I did go in and taste it one more time. I just added me one, if you see it right here, I just added me 1 teaspoon of the chicken bouillon flavor just before I put it to sleep and walk away. Let it slow simmer. I'm gonna let that go, and then, like I say, as we get back later, we're gonna taste it again to see if we need to add some more apple cider vinegar or a little salt and pepper, whatever the case may be. But basically now we're just cooking until we get the little slight crunch out of the kraut. But it's all about the details, family. The glory is in the details, especially I'm telling you, you try that apple, you're gonna see, you will see what I'm talking about. And that's gonna be it. I'm gonna put my top on, and we're gonna go in. I'm cut my burner down, and I'm all the way. I mean, like, yeah, we've been down to about number 1. So I'll talk to you in a little bit, y'all. Y'all hang in there. Hey, y'all, look, we at our 2 hour mark. I'm gonna let y'all see what we got going on. Yeah, we're looking good. We are looking good. I'm gonna get one in here. I'm gonna mix this, and we going all the way down to the bottom and bringing it up. And we cooking this low, real low and slow. Yeah, and you see how these pigtails, they starting to fall apart. That's what you want. I'm gonna tell you another thing to let you know you're getting real close. Is that juice it starts to looking a little milky. It's not clear anymore because the glory, that y'all know I keep saying the glory of this is being revealed. Okay, and look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna taste this and check and see what we're working with. See what we're working with. Let y'all know how we are. Let me see. Get some of that juice in there. Let me see here. Yeah, this is one of my favorite side dishes. I love sauerkraut. Let me see. Okay, so what we're going to do here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add me 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And that's it. Add me a little black pepper. And add me a little salt. And I will mix it, and then I'm going to let it go back down low. We're going to come back and look at it in another hour. And I'll see you then. All right, everybody, listen, we are at our 2.5 hour mark. I'm going to tell you, we are done. Man, me and my wife, we done tasted these. And, man, I did add 2 more tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. But I did add 1 more teaspoon of chicken bouillon flavor. Add a little bit of black pepper. But I'm going to tell you, this is based on your preference. This here is what I'm talking about. I mean, and you can see that juice. I mean, it's like a milky juice. That's how you know when you really at home now. You know, I'm not going to plate it up today. I just want y'all to see what the deal is. And, you know, hopefully you got something out of it. And you know what the deal is. Enjoy your day.